What's up, you guys? I'm back looking bogus again, so y'all better know the love is getting realer and realer. But y'all know what time it is. Yes, y'all do. You read that title, girl. Okay, so we have Gemini. Oh my gosh. Okay, you know we gotta do our little talk through before I start. I love Geminis. I'm an Aries, we all know that, but I love Geminis. And my mom's a Gemini. That's probably gonna have a lot to do with why I love them, because I can understand them. That's why I love Geminis. Geminis are complicated human beings to love, but they're worth it. They're definitely worth it. Anyways, me and Geminis get along. I ain't never had no problem with no Gemini. I ain't never got into it with no Gemini. But yeah. I think me and Geminis have an understanding. We respect each other's thoughts, even though sometimes they can be very differently. Me and Geminis be vibing, okay? Always, it's a vibe. So let me stop. Is y'all ready? Okay. Oh my gosh, every time I get so excited, I'm so excited right now. So this is gonna be a vibe. I already know it. My body is telling me already. So in advance, let's start. Okay, you are a Gemini if your birthday is May 21st through June 20th. Yes, this is what I call those spring summer babies. Gemini, your element is air, so you guys are an air sign. You guys got a date. Your day is Wednesday. I didn't see no date for me. No day. Like, they gave you guys a day. That's your day. Wednesdays are Gemini day. I don't know what's that about. Of tradition. So y'all know in the zodiac palette I have to show y'all Gemini, which is these purple colors and that brown. Our blender set. This is Gemini. Gemini has a, ew, it's a little dusty. Anyways, Gemini has two like army dudes, and there go Aries just falling out. But anyways, Gemini has two men and a yellow beauty blender. It's dirty because I used it, you guys. All right, this is what our beautiful yellow beauty blender looks like, all clean and wet. So your ruler is Mercury. That's a rational planet. So Geminis are deemed to be very rational, a very rational sign when it comes to handling situations and issues. When Geminis usually know when to pop off, when not to pop off, if they can control their composure. Honestly, they're a really smart sign. Gemini's symbol are twins. Yes, that's your symbol, so you know what that means. That symbol tells a lot about you guys, because it often, when you think of twins, you often think of people who look exactly the same but act totally different. Geminis they have a constant battle, and it's not an identity crisis. Geminis are just two things. They just are. I'm not even gonna say they're two people. They're two things. You can't have one without the other with a Gemini. Some Geminis are thought of to be like an angel, and then someone will tell you that a Gemini is evil. Believe them both. Geminis are very much that spirit of real cool, nice, warm vibes, but an angry Gemini is the total opposite of what everybody thinks a Gemini is. But they're both. Let them be both. They're beautiful. Love them. If you don't know how to love a Gemini, let them go. Period. Be holding on to that goodness. Let it go. Geminis are a whole bottle of everything. Gemini's birthstones are pearl and alexandrite. I want to know what that is, so I'm going to put that on the screen. We already know what pearl is. Moonstone. And that's it. Gemini's color is yellow. Can you see that? Gemini's color is yellow. Compatibility that Geminis have are with Sagittarius, Libras, Aries, and Aquarius mentioned again. Also, Leos were mentioned on the side sign. They are not compatible with Virgos and Pisces, and I believe they are not compatible with Virgos and Pisces because they just think so differently. Absolutely forgot about this eyebrow. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So we're gonna talk about some of the Gemini's strengths. Geminis are very powerful and very strong. Just a sign in its sign alone. And their mentality, they hold up well when, you know, hard times come. But their strengths are, Geminis are very gentle. Forget what you heard or what you saw that one bad time. Geminis are very gentle. Like, they're so loving. So kind. They forget to show it sometimes. But yes, they're very gentle, mild, and meek. If a Gemini is not gentle and mild and meek, that is because their surroundings have turned them into something not so mild, gentle, and meek. Affectionate. Geminis are really affectionate. Curious. Y'all thought I was curious, George. Geminis are very curious. They're curious to know what things taste like. They're curious to know, you know, what new restaurants are. They're curious in that type of way. Adaptable. Geminis are easily adapted to a lot of things like jobs, work, changes. They're really acceptable to all of that. The ability to learn quickly. Geminis soak up shit like a sponge, and that is why they're intelligent again. And also exchanges of ideas. A Gemini will exchange their idea or their view path with you if they care about you. Some of the Gemini's weaknesses are nervous. Geminis can get very, very nervous really quickly. They do okay with being scared and startled, but their nervousness tends to get the best out of them most of the time. So sometimes a Gemini can really sing really awesome, but their nervousness gets in the way of them singing. It's probably a lot of like things your Gemini does in the dark, just because of their nervousness won't let them really show who they are. Also, the inconsistent. Gemini is the inconsistent sign because Geminis hate repetition. They cannot do the same thing over and over and over and over again. They just don't like it. Geminis with jobs. Sometimes, or maybe more than often, Geminis will leave their job because they hate the same thing being done way too many times. Now, also, Geminis can be inconsistent in relationships. Yes. They'll say they'll do something in the relationship and they'll do it for a while and then they'll stop because that's just their nature. Like I said, twins. They want to give you that, but not 24/7. That's just the truth. That's the Gemini. Let's go over some of the Geminis likes. Geminis like music and books. Geminis also like magazines, and again, because they like that extra added knowledge. Chat with nearly anyone. Geminis are people. They love people. They love to talk to people, even though no matter how much a Gemini says they hate talking to people, they love that shit. And just like they hate when they get, the weirdos, just because they talk to everybody. Sometimes you're bound to catch weirdos when you love talking to everybody. Geminis usually pick jobs where they're actually talking to people or actually helping people. So a lot of retail, clergy jobs are seen with the Gemini. Geminis are, tech savvy and again, people. They like short trips. So a 3-day trip somewhere down, out of town, a flight, whatever. Short trips because they love home. They don't never want to be somewhere too long. Shopping. A Gemini loves shopping. A Gemini will spend so much money on shopping, and not just for themselves. That's the good thing. That's the good part about Geminis. They'll shop for everyone because they just love it. They're addicted to it. It makes them happy. It fills some type of void, maybe. But yeah, those are the Gemini's likes, all according to Google. Let's talk about the dislikes of a Gemini, okay? Listen up. Geminis dislike being alone. Yes, don't get me wrong. They love their alone time and love to have their home to themselves. But companion-wise, like being alone with no one, can't stand it. Geminis hate being confined in small tight places or in like certain situations. Like a Gemini does not like to be told they're a Gemini, for the simple fact you're confining them into the one thing, and they don't like to be looked at as one thing. Certainly not, especially someone who embodies two types. Okay. They also don't like repetition, which I said earlier. Geminis have an issue with repetition because they are a bouncing ball of everything. You never know with your Gemini. And that's kind of fun, if you ask me. Their zodiac quality is mutable. When you look up the definition of mutable, it actually says liable to change. So that is definitely your Gemini for sure. They are very liable to change and be very, very different out of nowhere too. Like very much so. Mutable signs are the signs that change quickly. Like you can give your Gemini a kiss, go to the gym, come back, and your Gemini is mad. Like they're really liable to change, and you really have to love them through all their changes, because again, that's why Geminis don't like being called Geminis, because they're really liable to change. You tell a Gemini they're this and they'll be the opposite tomorrow. Like, and that's not off of rebellion, that's just off of them. That's their character. Twins. Okay. Inquisitive. So Geminis usually look really sharp, really nice, because that's how they feel on the inside. They tend to remain in one location. Yeah. They get comfortable in their state, city, wherever it may be. Home. Don't let them buy a house. That Gemini is never leaving the house unless somebody makes them. Highly competent. Facts. Geminis are highly competent who can quickly persuade others to accept their own thoughts and beliefs. So a Gemini is really good with getting people to get on the bandwagon. Like they can make something sound really, really, really good. Really, really, really good, and it not even be really, really good for you. This is where it comes in, where some Geminis might be hated for this particular thing. Because if a Gemini is being very manipulative with their very keen and smart abilities, they can manipulate you into doing things that you don't want to do, feeling ways that you don't want to feel, just because they're like super at it smart. And yeah, a Gemini then convinced you, haven't they? They didn't put it on you. Yeah, if you're totally thinking the opposite thing and you so happen to agree with the Gemini, it's because they have put the Gemini taste on it. They've made it sound better than what it actually is. So Libra and Gemini reported to be the perfect match. Libra and Gemini, perfect duo, friends, lovers, child, whatever you want to call it. Perfect duo. Let's get to some great questions. Let's get to the real questions about the Geminis, okay? Because we know what everybody wants to know. For real. Why are Geminis so hated? Geminis are most hated because they like to gossip. Yep, you heard me. Geminis like to gossip. Even though they don't want to be in the mix of the shit and don't want to know the people's shit, somehow they end up knowing the people's stuff and they can't help but to share it. Wants to be the center of attention all the time. So if a Gemini is really irritating to you, it is probably because they are soaking up some of your attention. That might really bother you a lot. Geminis, some Geminis are really quiet and they still take the center of attention, and you can't fault them for that. And then you have your other Geminis that are loud and boisterous and they always end up stealing the show, and that's just them being them. It is irritating sometimes, but I mean, once you realize that that's them, you get over it pretty quickly. It's not nothing too bad. Geminis don't ever want to be seen in a bad light, so they're not never doing nothing too crazy for attention unless they're super crazy. And then if they're super crazy, then they are. And the number one top reason is because Geminis are two-faced, all according to Google. I feel like people call Geminis two-faced because you see their first like self, and then you see that second later, you'll be like, oh no, that's how they get down. And it's just because, like we said, they don't like repetitiveness in their twins. Their whole sign is based off the logic of twins. Again, Geminis fear being left alone. That is a fear of Geminis. They don't want to be alone. They want marriage. They want all these nice things. So sometimes a Gemini can settle. But don't do that, Gemini. Geminis also are very judgmental, and that's just of their intelligent sign. They think because they're so intelligent that they can tell you about yourself and your life and somebody else's life, but it's not needed all the time, Gemini. It's not. It's really not. So stop being judgmental, because you wouldn't like it if people judge you, which they do. So that's probably another reason why Geminis are judgmental. Yes, very much so. Okay. The words of a Gemini are weapons, okay? You get into it with a Gemini, they're gonna hurt your fucking soul, your spirit, your spot, your might. Like, a Gemini can really tear you down with their words. Gemini, I want to remind you that your words are really powerful and you should watch them, especially when you talk to people that you love. Don't hurt the people you love with your keen ass mouth, okay? Stop doing that. But yeah, they're really clever with their words, which meaning they can talk out of stuff, they can talk you into stuff, they can make you believe things that aren't true. Yeah, this is the Gemini, you guys. This is the Gemini. Geminis are the house of sharing. Okay, if you are with a Gemini, they love to share. I'm not talking about their food, maybe not that much of a share, but they're sharing. They'll open their home up to you. They'll give you rides. They'll see you don't have any food and they'll give you food. They just love to share. They like, if they are rich, they'll share their wealth. Like, Geminis are kind as fuck when it comes to sharing. I've never met a Gemini, even poor Geminis will give you the clothes off their back. They are really good hearted, and that can kind of swindle a lot of people into believing that a Gemini is just, oh, this shareable person. But like, again, we said they can share with you one day, but oh, the other side gonna be like, hell no, because Geminis don't like repetition. So again, this is why this sign is so conflicting, because you say one thing and they'll do the other. A Gemini will be one thing one day and then they do the other. But most importantly, Geminis love to share. I don't know what it is about them. If you're married to them, they're very generous to you, especially to their siblings. They'll always give. Geminis will be always the one like pouring out into their siblings. Again, sometimes it might not be, you know. So we is moving on to the famous Geminis. Dang, y'all, feel like we are moving super fast, and that's kind of good. I'm not mad at it, you know. We have number one on the list, Angelina Badass Jolie. Angelina Jolie is exquisite. You can't get more exquisite than Angelina Jolie, if you're feeling me. Even the role she played in, like, exquisite. We have Kanye West. We have Mr. West, who goes by Ye now. Do you see that man's mind? One day it's this, and one day it's that. One day it's this, one day it's that. One day it's this, is that, is this, is that. Very much Gemini, and he is very opinionated. Geminis are very, very opinionated, and they don't mind sharing their opinion, and they'll share it really strong and heavy because they believe in it. Yes, they do. You can't argue with no Gemini. They believe in that shit, okay? We also have Marilyn Monroe, and y'all know Marilyn is jazzy AF. Really flirtatious scene. Like, so Geminis are really good flirts, but they don't, like, they're not flirting purposely. They're just people. So, you know, people tend to like upon them and stuff. And people would think like, ooh, he liked me or she liked me. When, no the fuck they don't. Don't get it twisted. Morgan Freeman is a Gemini, and we all know that the way he articulates things and say things is the reason why he's a great auditor and Gemini. We have Chris Evans. That is Sexy Dude, I believe, off of I mean, no, everybody thinks he's sexy. I don't even think he's sexy. His head is big. His head is big as shit. Everybody think he's sexy. That's Captain America, I believe. And we have Prince. Prince is a Gemini. You know. We also have Takeoff. Takeoff is the smooth person in the back, but definitely with all of that. Takeoff is also a good lyricist as well, and he gets really underplayed because he's not in the tabloids. But lyrically wise, that man deserves all the credit. Anyways, we have Naomi Campbell. Y'all know Naomi Campbell is a bad bitch. Naomi Campbell is definitely beautiful, and she struts it just like a Gemini. Liam Neeson. We have Donald Trump. Again, an opinionated person who gonna say their opinion and don't care. That man was the whole US president and still was up on there saying racial shit that shouldn't have been ever said by a president, that should have never let fly out his mouth. But a Gemini do not care, because what they believe in, they gonna say it.
At the end, you should say who the realest Gemini, because the realest Gemini is Kanye and your mom.
And my mama. You heard them say that, mama. So, like, they don't care and they don't hold their filter in. And I really love that about Geminis. This is why I like Geminis. I remember I went to, beauty school with a girl, and she was a Gemini. And I remember one day she thought I had on the same socks twice. And she was like, girl, I know you do not got on the socks you had on yesterday. And I'm like, no, bitch, I'm kind of poor right now. And we tie-dyed socks, and I took all of the tie-dye socks that were left. So I had hella tie-dye socks because I needed socks. But no, I would never put on the same socks twice. But I appreciate her because she gonna say how she feel. I'm not never mad at nobody that says how they feel. I fuck with that shit the long way, the very long way. We have Tupac Shakur, another great lyricist. Lauryn Hill, another great lyricist. Do you get it, Gemini? You're very good with your words. Very good with the wordplay, the vibe. Use your words, Gemini. Use your words. That's another tip I'm gonna give y'all. We have Kendrick Lamar. Can we bring any more lyrical lyricists? People, do y'all see these Geminis? Y'all tearing it up in the lyrical section, okay? We have Andre 3000. You get it. We have Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf is pretty, handsome. Typical white handsome. Also, we have Ice Cube, another brilliant mind. I really like Ice Cube's debonair, like spirit. Like I don't even know if that's the right word. So let me just say his spirit is like jumping for more. Yeah. And the more Cube lets you in his mind, the more we get surprised and just swooped in as a whole. We have Mel B from the Spice Girls. Oh, I tell you what you want, what you really, really want. And she was like the rapper for them. No, let me stop. But Mel definitely did her thing. We have Patti LaBelle. Patti LaBelle. Y'all know Patti didn't play on them songs. Geminis, conquer that nervousness and get a hold of that, because once you stop with all that nervousness, you will be great and your full potential will really shine and show, because y'all have it. You do. And Remy Ma, another great lyricist. Again, Geminis, y'all see what dominates y'all famous, well-known people. That's all I'm gonna say. Presidents. We have John F. Kennedy. All right. George H.W. Bush. I don't know. When George was president, I was a little smaller and I didn't really, I didn't care what was going on, but my grandma did not like him. My grandma hated him. So, and my grandma, she be knowing. So, and we also have Trump, which I mentioned earlier. Now we're gonna move on to serial killer. All right, you might be ashamed when you hear these serial killers' name, because we finally got a zodiac sign with well-known serial killers. So we have first serial killer name on the list is Jeffrey Dahmer. Now, if you guys do not know about Dahmer, I will tell you, because I know a lot about him, because he captivated the minds of millions. Jeffrey Dahmer was a gay white male who was a shy, weird kid and indulged in killing men and eating them afterwards. He liked to eat their bodies and occasionally have sex with their dead bodies, which is, yeah. Next, we have Herbert Mellon, which don't know too much about Herbert Mellon, but we have Daisy McKillen. She is a widow. She's well known for killing most of her peoples, and it's like, dang, how many times you gotta do it and get away with it, Gemini, with your flip lip. And Jeffrey Dahmer talked a lot of people out of calling the police on him, and tricked a lot of people into thinking that he wasn't as weird and dangerous as he possibly was, which again is a good mouthpiece, and you gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. And then we have Peter Kirkland or Kirpin. He liked to drink blood. Weirdo. Alright, so here are the characters. We don't have many. Forrest Gump. So Forrest Gump shows loyalty. A Gemini is really, really loyal. As y'all can see that Sherry, I don't know if her name is Sherry, but whatever that bitch name is, you know, let me not call her out her name, okay? Because sometimes you just don't know what's right for you. But y'all see how Forrest waited his whole life for that girl, like, and for her to turn around and give him a chance after she contracts AIDS is just pitiful. But the loyalty of a Gemini is just that. They'll stay loyal to you for a really, really long time. So please give them what they deserve, because they hold on. Oh yes, they do. They hold on. They hold on to their relationships and they honor them. So they stand by them. Most Geminis, however, anyway. We have Harley. We have Harley Quinn. Y'all, my allergies are so bad, bro. Like, it's funny. I'm laughing, but I'm sad. But Harley fucking Quinn. Y'all see Harley Quinn again. That shows another loyal person to people who are kind of like shitty. So Geminis, be mindful of that. Don't be giving those shitty people y'all peace and y'all love if they don't deserve it. Harley Quinn also is a sociopath. Geminis can, you know, feel that. Also, a ticking bomb, a ticking time bomb. Geminis are often seen as nice, but when that Gemini's time bomb is up, they get crazy. They get crazy. We have Edward Cullen, again, another sign of loyalty, and overprotective AF. Geminis are super overprotective. They'll call you to make sure you got in the house, or they want to know like who's all there. Like, they don't play about their family. They are super loving and kind when it comes to their family. A Gemini will do mostly anything for their loved ones, especially their family. So we also have Curious Joe. Exactly. Geminis are super fun. They like to do a lot of curious things. George was always like somewhere snooping or finding out something new about this, and then now he's snooping in it, or he's like, oh, okay, I'm a little more curious about the balloon that's flying across the street. Now you guys, don't let the balloon flying across the street be it, you know what I'm saying? Use your curiosity wisely, enjoy and have fun safely. We also have Hades. I thought Hades was reference to the devil. A Gemini is only reference to being a devil because they get real keen and crazy because you're so used to seeing the energetic, happy, talkative, talks to everybody, knows everybody Gemini. Geminis are only seen as the devil because once they have to show that other side, it gets crazy, for real. Like, we have Rapunzel. Rapunzel shows that the Gemini can get locked up sometimes in their mind. Yes, Gemini, this is one of your bad traits. A Gemini gets locked up in their mind about certain things, and that's why sometimes, Gemini, it's hard for you to make decisions and you just have a hard time making decisions. Sometimes Geminis go with a partner that can make all the decisions for them. If you're married to a Gemini, they're probably asking you a lot of questions. Like, oh, do you want to go here, or do you want to do this? Geminis can get very indecisive because they get into their mind and now they can't make a decision at all. Or it can lead them into making very pulse decisions. Also, Rapunzel shows that spontaneity and that curiosity that you guys have, because Rapunzel just dreamt and dreamt and dreamt about being outside until one day she went. So keep that as a positive thing. We have Clay Jensen. Yes. Clay Jensen shows how much a Gemini cares. Yes. Geminis do care. Do not get it freaking confused. Even though they're like mean or whatever you may call them, they care a lot, and that's usually why the Gemini is mean. So keep that as a thought in your mind. Also, be mindful that Geminis are super caring, because that's probably how they feel about themselves, sincerely. So they want someone to take care of them like they take care of other people, and that's facts. Piper Chapman is white girl off of Orange Is the New Black. Piper Chapman was really intelligent. End up falling in love with a drug dealer lady, and leaving her husband, which shows how Geminis can get bored with the same routine and the same safe things. Geminis like to get wild sometimes, so you know, you gotta let them have that. Like I said, one side is like pure and humble and kind, and the other side is like wild and ratchet and all these other things that's just opposed to the other side. So sometimes people can call Geminis fake because you think they're being something other than themselves, but they're being exact that. Piper's parents were just surprised that she was in jail for selling coke or being a part of a coke deal, but Piper know who she is. Okay, Piper knew the assignment. She knew her lady was selling drugs. Anyways, we have Allison off of Pretty Little Liars. Yes, Allison was the biggest liar of them all off of Pretty Little Liars. She faked her fucking death for the longest. That shows that manipulation Geminis can have over people. She had that over the whole town. And also Geminis can have people really scared or frightening of them, because like I said, everybody knew Allison and she was this pure light, and then you see the other side of her and she's evil and she's doing weird shit that you thought Allison would never do. But that is Allison, and just take them for who they are. We have Arthur. I can't really say too much about Arthur besides that Arthur was just a loyal friend. Arthur was a companion that you could talk to and call on for all of his friends, and you know, he needed some advice sometimes for making decisions, but you know, yeah. And then we have Dr. George House off of The House. Y'all know Dr. George is smart as shit. Helps everybody. Like, it's rare that he fails in something, so that shows a trait of a Gemini. And he's also an addict of taking pills and drinking, which if you are a drinker Gemini, you probably love to drink. If you are a smoker Gemini, you probably love to smoke. If you like to pop pills Gemini, you probably love to pop pills. Whatever it is that the Gemini takes to soothe their mind, it could be the littlest thing as wine. Drinking, let's all get faded. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Bye. Sometimes you can know your Gemini is being super excited about things, and then you find out like, oh, they're not that excited. So it can be good and bad, sad and super happy. They just always carry the second trait in them. So just beware and don't just be all surprised when you see it, because they're cool. If we got in a bad relationship with a Gemini and at the end they were like so different and weird, that's not who they truly are. That's just who they were hiding from you. Also, if you have a shy, timid Gemini, watch your motherfucking mouth, okay? Because they get crazy. I'm telling you, they get crazy. Don't take their shyness and their timidness and humbleness for weakness. They're really strong and they summer babies, so you know they crazy. June Geminis are definitely, I've seen them more raging than May Geminis, but they both get hot. And I think that is all we have. Yeah, for sure. Hope you enjoyed the look and come back for more. I'm gonna go do my TikToks. Like I said again, add me on all those socials. They will have the links down below. Appreciate you guys. And we is going to the top, baby. We're going to the top. Okay. Bye.